Hi, my name is Kathy Fosno and this is Kat's Creative Corner. Welcome to Tuesday's card. Today I'm going to make this card this is another card when I went to my retreat a couple months ago. This is a card by Carrie Vermazen and I thought it was really cool for Father's Day, so I wanted to send it. You could also use it for a man's birthday, or you can change the handles, make them pink, and you have a girl's card. So let's get started. Or my favorite color is yellow, not pink, so I'd like just this part. So here we go. We're going to start with our paper. And the first thing we're going to do is cut a piece of basic gray cardstock. We're going to cut it at 4 1/4 and score it at 5 1/2 and at 2 3/4. We're going to cut another piece of basic gray. We're going to also cut this at you're going to cut this at 1 1/2 by 11, and you're going to score it at 5 1/2 and 2 3/4. Then you're going to take a piece of Urban Underground Designer Series paper. Now, a lot of the products I'm using today are in the discontinued or retired list. So I checked right before I started this video, and they are still available. Just in case, if you are really interested in getting some of this stuff, you probably need to go to my website at catscreativecorner.com, and that's with all K's, and hit the shop button and you can go in. I'll also have at the after the description and the video on my website, you'll find a shopping list. So this is the Urban Underground Designer Series paper. Comes two-sided, and this is the size we're going to use, the piece we're going to use today. And this is cut at 5 1/4 by 4. Then we're going to take a couple more cut a couple more pieces of the Designer Series paper, still Urban Underground. And this is the sides here. We're going to be using this side. This one is cut at 2 1/4 by 4. These are cut at 1 1/4 by 4 1/2. Let's see, let me check. I've got to check this one, can't quite remember. Okay, so this one's 1 1/4 by 2 1/2. So you're going to need 3 pieces at 1 1/4 by 2 1/2. You're going to need another sheet of paper, very vanilla, cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then you're going to need a piece of our watercolor paper. Our watercolor paper comes in a stack of 5, and they're cut, I think it's 6 by, let's see, 6 by 7 1/2, I guess. No, 6 by 8 1/2. And I cut off a strip, a 1-inch strip that we're going to need, and then the rest of it we use for cutting out our tools. Now, I already stamped our tools, and I stamped using the Nailed It set, again on the retired list or discontinued list, and I just can't believe they're retiring this. I just love this set so much. So I cut these out already using my Big Shot and the Build It Framelit dies, and these are what I get. Plus, using my layering ovals, I cut out a black square Out of my ovals, I cut a square. I cut a black oval and a watercolor oval. And, you know, I'm not sure. I'll put in the directions on my website. I'll write down what framelits I used, which size. It's kind of hard. There's so many different sizes, so I'll try to make it clear in my directions. So, okay, let's get started. We're also going to need some dimensionals. Oh, and we're going to be using some of the rivets and little screws. I don't know if you can see, but they have lines in them. This is another thing that's discontinuing, but we're going to be using some of those. So let's get started. We're going to start by, and of course, I don't see my bone folder, so I'm just going to fold like this, and the 2/3 one should go the opposite direction of the fold in the 5.5, the center. Okay, next we're going to, let me think. Okay, we're going to take this piece and we're going to use our snail adhesive, and we're going to just put that right on that larger piece, right in the center. Okay, and next we're going to take our large piece, our large strip, and we're going to cut that, fold that, our 5.5, and we're going to fold the opposite direction so that it's like a Z on our 2 3/4. And we're going to put this strip, I'm going to turn it this way, and we're going to put it about 3/4 of an inch to the, we don't want it to the edge. Sorry, I'm thinking ahead of myself. Okay, about, maybe 1/2 inch, and we're going to do that, but you don't want to put glue on the second half of that strip. You just want to do it at the very edge here. And then you're going to take your, let me check my paper. Okay, then we're going to take this piece, the short end that's at the other side, and we're going to put that to the edge like that. Okay, so now it's going to bend like a Z. So you've glued it on this side and this side, leaving it like a box in the middle. Okay, so now we're going to take these little strips and we're going to put them down in the center of each one of our pieces on our long strip. Trying to match them up as close as you can. I have one more. There you go. Now we have that. And now we're going to take the larger piece of DSP. DSP stands for Designer Series Paper, in case you didn't know. And we're going to cover the strip that we glued here. We're going to cover it, and we're going to put this right in the center again. Okay, so now we have it all put together, except for we're going to take this piece of Very Vanilla that we cut, and we're going to tape this on the very back. And this is so you have a place to write on at the end. Okay, so now all that is together. Now we're going to take, and I'm going to show you how I colored the tools, because on this one I didn't cut it out with the framelits. I just stamped it on and wanted to color it. This is our basic gray. I figure that's fairly close to silver. Now to get your ink, you're going to make your ink pad kind of like a palette. Okay, sometimes don't do it rough, just gently open and close it. Now, you're going to squeeze, and yes, it makes your lid messy, but you know, we're artists, and artists have messy palettes sometimes, right? Okay, and I'm using my aqua brush, and I want to make sure I don't have too much, so I'm going to use a piece of scratch paper. I don't want it too dark. Okay, that's just about right, just enough water. And I'm going to color the metal part of my screwdriver. Now you can clean that just by pushing some water out and rubbing your brush, and then it's clean. Now I'm going to be using Delightful Dijon to color the handle, and I just lost the lid on the floor. I'll have to go looking for that in a little bit. And again, you're going to squeeze. So this is Delightful Dijon. And let me tell you, it's going to go. It's going to be gone any day. I'm surprised it's not gone already. I was really kind of surprised. Okay, and I'm just going to color in. And I kind of want to go in the edges lighter. And then I want to get it very dark for these parts. if you can see. I don't know if you can see, but I want this part to be a little bit darker. This has not been my favorite color, but I like it for these tools. So I know a lot of people are going to be sorry when it goes. Okay, so now I'm going to clean my brush, and that's how I did all the rest of these as well. You can put more concentration by having a little more. You can make a thinner paint with more water, and less water you get a darker combination. Okay, so we have that done. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to use my snail adhesive and attach this to the black oval. Then I'm going to take the black oval and I'm going to put this right in the center. Let's see. So I have that done. See, it's really not hard, it just looks hard. Okay, so now we're going to just take some tools and we're going to just put them lapping over. Take my little wrench. I think that's a wrench. I'm not a big tool girl, so I'm not positive I'm saying the right things, but I think I'm right. Okay, and then we have a saw. And then we have the other screwdriver. Okay, so we have all that on, and we got to keep this to where you can, let's see, I shouldn't have put the glue there, so I'm going to rub it off a little bit. I do have an adhesive remover, but we are discontinuing those. I can't believe it. So let's see, we just want the glue down here. Okay, a lot of things were taken out. We're kind of surprised at some of the things that we're losing, but that's okay. We're getting lots of new things. And just to let you know, I've ordered my new catalogs. I'm so excited. If you want one, please let me know so that I can, let's see, we want one right here, so that I can get you a catalog. If you've made an order with me over the last year, please just let me know you'd like a catalog and I will get that to you. Okay, I put 2 of the little screws right there, and then I'm going to take, I guess it's a rivet, and I'm going to put it right between the wrench and the hammer. So there's that. Okay, now all we have left is this last little piece. Anyway, the calendar comes out on, okay, I'm looking for basic black. I have it on the table here. Well, you know what? We won't use basic black. We'll use basic gray, because I can't see it. I know it's here somewhere, but you guys can't see all of my mess. I have a mess. Okay, so I'm going to take and stamp on this strip I have, and then I'm going to cut. Make that a little more even. Now, to make my little banner, I am going to cut right down the middle and then go from each side to reach the middle, which gives me a little tag or a little tail. Do that on both sides. Okay, and then I'm going to use my dimensionals. I'm going to use 2 dimensionals, and I'm going to put those over the screwdriver, and this says, "Thanks for building me up." In this set, you also have a large Happy Father's Day that you could put on the back. You could also, there's other sayings that says, "I knew I liked you the first time I saw you," with an SAW, little punny there. "Sorry I screwed up. Nailed it. Thanks for always building me up." So there's some other sayings you can use. There's some little nails and some screws, and So it's just a really cute little set. And like I said, I'm sorry to see it go. I hope you enjoyed this card. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want to know the shopping list or the dimensions, if you want to have them written down for you, I have them written down on my website. You'll be able to go over there and find each item that I used, and you'll be able to go to my online shop and purchase any of these items. Thanks for coming by.